You're welcome back. We're still with the Commissioner of Police for the FCT, Mr. Wilson Inalegwu. Thank you for joining us once again.
Thank you very much.
Well, we're still on the issue of security, especially for the FCT. We left off with the CCTV cameras, which you claim are all over the FCT. Is that it?
Yeah, I think it's a practical thing. It's not just my claim.
Okay.
Because if I sit in my control room, I watch that officer on duty in Wilson Market.
Okay.
Yes, and in the Central Business District, at the Eagle Square.
And so you're aware of most of the crimes that take place in the city?
We are, because in addition to the CCTVs, we have motorized patrols, we have officers deployed at static points, and we have foot patrols. And all this we harmonize because we have an effective supervisory management in place. So the officers are not just there on their own. Our officers are on the field. We have duty officers at every shift. And I think I'm going to invite your crew one of these days so that we go out after midnight and you see our officers on patrol. And I'm also going to invite you to our control room so that you take a look at our monitors and you see different parts of the city, so up to Giri Junction and Zuba. Once I'm in my control room, I watch what happens at Giri Junction. So but there is a room for improvement. We are not saying we are there yet, but there is that we are moving in that direction. But for now we have. But let me just come. This is why another point I want to make concerning CCTVs, we encourage businesses, plazas, markets, private individuals to have CCTVs because the government can't do all. Once these businesses, the different plazas have them, CD Plaza, Melita, Banex, EMAB, and the rest of them, if they have, I mean, this can be connected so that when something happens, they observe from their point, and from the footage, it is investigation. So they should, the public should complement the effort of government by having in their premises and businesses. I don't think they are too expensive, but the government has quite a good number of cameras up to the airport. If we talk of the individuals, businesses that have, if they connect to us, it could more, because Abuja is growing on a daily basis. On a full business day, like on a Tuesday or Wednesday, the population goes to 4.5 million to 5 million people commuting and going. And the number drops to about 2 million or thereabout in the evenings. Well, so we have good number of cameras that are functioning. And the number, I think, is adequate. For now, it could be better because new estates are springing up. These are new developmental areas.
Let's understand, what sort of collaboration do you have with other security outfits, the paramilitary and the military? Is there a close collaboration?
We have strategic and dynamic relationship with them. They are our colleagues, they are friends, and we meet all the time. We meet all the time. The Gas Brigade Commander, AHQ Commander, and of course the other services. As a matter of fact, I have had visits from them, and very soon I'm going to undertake visits to them as well. But on informal basis, we are meeting all the time because we believe that if we don't coordinate our activities, then the other people will take advantage of it. So that is part of our vision, and that is what we are implementing.
Okay, so let's understand now. Police officers, just in the line of your duty, they have been known to abuse human rights, and virtually harass private vehicle owners on the streets, not just in the FCT, but across the nation. And so we're wondering what has been done about this?
The point I want to make, when the IGP talks about core values of loyalty, of humility, of integrity, of diligence, it talks about the code of conduct of officers. Our officers are not allowed, and they don't go out to harass people. But let me give you an example. You understand that some drivers are reckless. Even when the light has stopped them, they drive through the red light and endanger other road users. Some drive without registration plate numbers. Some, once there is a little congestion, once there is a little hold-up or gridlock, they don't care. From 2 lanes, it develops to 5, 6, 7 lanes. And when you go to them, to follow your lane. If you turn it right, follow the right lane. And the guy who is driving is far on the left lane, and he just crosses to the right lane. And the officer at that point stops him. Oh, guy, you have beaten the red light. He said, no! And all he sees is harassment. That's no harassment. We are going to take very firm measures against reckless driving because we have a duty to protect life and property. And that's part of our mandate. And we are going to operate with mobile courts. So I just want to advise...
Mobile courts?
Mobile courts.
In what ways?
The mobile courts, we're going to work with the FCT, Road Traffic Services Department. And so once you are contravened, that you have driven recklessly, that you've run the red light, of course, you're going to have a judge, might be a magistrate, and they try you right there and then. So that's no harassment. We have a duty to protect other law-abiding citizens. So your rights should not infringe on the other person's right. So I just want to advise, when you want to drive your car, make sure your documentation is proper. Make sure you don't drive without registration. Because if you drive without registration plate number and you are involved in a crime, how do we dictate? How do we prevent people from coming to cause other problems in the city? But the guy who contravenes, once he's stopped, all he says is that police is looking for money. That's not correct. We are disciplined and we are prepared and we love doing this job.
But you are aware that some police officers still flout the rules?
In every society, you could find a few bad eggs, but that's not a widespread thing. You could have 1 or 2 cases, but I just want to challenge any person that once you find an officer going out of the scope of his duty, feel free to come to my office. We will take action, but we encourage you to abide by simple rules of driving or any other thing for that matter.
All right, just very quickly before we wrap up this, the issue of roadblocks, the Inspector General has ordered the removal of all roadblocks, but there's still some just across some areas in the FCT.
No, you're not going to find any roadblock. You're not going to. There's no roadblock in FCT.
How are you certain about this?
Oh, I'm so certain because I go around every time, every moment. I'm all out. What you see, we have observation points. Officers standing by their cars, observing traffic that is moving. But if we have cause to relay that a car has been removed from where parked, there's a theft of car reported, and the description is given, the officers comes to the road. But that's not checkpoint. Checkpoint is where you have obstacles on the road, and then you drive through them. But we don't have checkpoint. I challenge you. Go around FCT, you're going to find any police checkpoint or roadblock. They don't exist. What we have are observation points to create police visibility, to create police presence, to assure the public about their safety and security. Well, you're going to find any checkpoint in the FCT, and that's the policy of the Inspector General of Police. All the IG did was to reinforce an existing directive, and our officers are professionals and disciplined. They will not violate them.
All right, thank you very much for your thoughts, Mr. Wilson Inalegwu. Thank you for coming on Dateline Abuja.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, thank you for your comments and views. I can only take this one from Polycarp Iwundo, who is asking, when will people in Imo State get their permanent voters card? Well, thank you very much, Iwundo, and that's from the interview I had last week with the INEC spokesperson. Well, thank you also for the many comments on Twitter. You can also make your contribution by sending us your views using the address and Twitter handle on your screen. And don't you forget, you can view the program on youtube.com/channelsweb/videos. And you can also make comments after viewing the current video as well as older episodes of the program. Thank you for watching this week. I'm Gloria Umezuke. See you again.